Hi, good evening. So, today we are going to talk about resilience, how I went from failed exams to fashion weeks. So, I take you back to my Lucknow days. I hail from Lucknow, and where I didn't even know the D of design. And fashion for me was this Diwan Sahib, that too from the glass window, my nose pressed to the glass, and thinking in EMI that one day I could afford it. But what I had was, it was a needle, a thread, and directionless dream. Somehow I truly believed I could stitch the world together with the hopes I had. So, taking you back to my class 10th, when I had just failed my exams and my relatives acted like I had committed a national treason, the gossip network went full on broadband. And meanwhile, I was working in and around self stitched dreams. I a shirt which was almost could clear the traffic, and Punjabi juttis that squeaked. It was almost calling for help. While other boys were chasing their cricket dreams, I was chasing threads in cloth markets with a dress of my sister in one hand and measure tape in another. And who trained me? Guess. It was my mom. Because I started learning tailoring just with the hope that I could at least survive and I could earn money so that I don't need to ask for money and for help from anybody. So I'm independent. My first teacher, the queen of cloth market, my mom, the woman who taught me not to just sewing, but to survive. She taught me how to buy threads like it's gold, how to pick lace that doesn't feel like curtain border, and how to bargain so hard that shopkeeper gives up on capitalism. And even now, when I touch the lace, I hear her voice back of my mind. Check the border, check the edges, and if shopkeeper smiles too much, that means you overpaid. My first design school, her sewing machine, no fees, no holidays, just skills, scolding, and soul. A lot of soul, which gave me the purpose of my life. Going forward to me at 19, year was 1998. I got fashion school internship. I thought I had arrived until I walked in and saw Calvin Klein sneakers, denim jackets that were expensive than my family fridge, and everyone speaking English with NRI confidence. I entered with a bus pass, a tiffin box, and no English. Even the little bit English, if I knew, that was from the Bollywood interviews powered by Filmfare magazines. They looked at me like I was there to repair the AC. But I didn't come to fit in. I had come to outstitch. I topped the class, fast tracked the course, and by the age of 20, I was teaching the very student who thought I was a lab peon. That's not just resilience, my friend. That is tailored revenge with precision seaming. Year 2000 experts, trauma of a job. My first real job back in Lucknow, a friend told me, amazing opportunity, bro. In reality, I was babysitting my boss's kids, doing courier runs, and designing for Elisab through an old computer from the era of freedom fighting. No mousepad, no shame, salary just 3,500 rupees. Perk, half a cup of tea, not metaphorical, literally half a cup. I wanted to cry, but even my tears were on EMI. So I folded fabric, folded my pride, folded into the bus, sometimes holding a T square like a ninja sword in my hands. Resilience, it's not dramatic. It's doing what you hate until it takes you with what you love. And life started looking up. I came to Mumbai. I had an opportunity to work with an export house who was catering to luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, and they were designing wardrobes for Shakira, Jennifer Lopez. And I was one of the fortunate designer who was hired by the company, and I started working with them. And in Mumbai, I had no savings, one iron shirt, and confidence held together with safety pins. I said yes to everything I could get: midnight fittings, buyers with mood swings, designers who wanted couture, but also fast fashion, but also make it commercial, but also cheap in the terms of pricing. I didn't scream, I stitch. And slowly, gradually, people started whispering, he's quiet, but he fixes everything. And in this industry, being the fixer is how you earn your place. Because loud talents get followers, it is the quiet talent which get the recognition and promotion. In 2010, I thought, why not to put something on social media? And just out of nowhere, I just put some designs on Facebook with blurry image and with no hope that, where it takes me. And the moment I uploaded my pictures on Facebook in 2010, a German Indian guy approached me. I thought it was a spam. And I almost replied, sorry, sir, I'm not looking for a part-time job. But surprise, he was legit. He invited me to his atelier in Gurgaon, and I landed in Gurgaon. I came for the interview. That meeting led to a job. And I walked in ready to show them that how an Indian guy can stitch better than any European fairy tale. That meeting, and guess, they wanted to start with a new vertical altogether, and they wanted to cater to all luxury brands. And guess who we were serving to? Dior, Chanel, Vuitton, and many more brands like Elisabetta Franchi, and back in US, Oscar de la Renta. And who did they ask to lead it? The same yes man, who kept saying yes to everything. Not a very long time ago, used to stitch his own torn bell bottom, and that was me. And just like that, Valentino was no longer a pasta dish to me, and Balmain was a dear client. And there I was, sipping espresso, at least pretending that I like espresso and I understand it. Sitting with my French creative director, talking about the drapes, fabrics, and the designs. And I didn't pronounce moire like morere. Life, what a beautifully messed up thread that somehow tied itself to the present day. Today, and for the last 2 years, I work as a director, India, for an Italian fashion house. If French fashion is all about whispering secrets over espresso, Italian fashion is hand gesture, espresso, and touch of mild panic. Anyway, into 2023, I got a big opportunity while working with this Italian fashion house with a collaboration with Balmain, and which was in association with Disney. And it was for the Lion King movie, and collection was to be inspired from that. And everybody had this hope that we can't even make these garments in India. And that was true couture for Balmain, who was representing their skills to Lion King and Disney, and it was a big collaboration. Everybody gave up on that, but it was me, the same yes man, who held the fort together and tried to do everything possible to make this project happen. And finally, in the entire project, 80% of the couture outfits were designed and developed by me. And it was a big campaign where I was applauded by Balmain and Balmain's team. So the project, which once everybody thought was doomed, turned out was a failure. And it wasn't a failure at all. It was a very successful venture for the company and for me and for the artisans who worked with me. And after that, I realized that I have to train more people who come from the same background. So what I have received from my mentors, why not to give it to the people who are underprivileged? Probably I wouldn't say underprivileged, who don't have those facilities to learn, but they have this talent in them that they could actually work really well if somebody's there to support them. And I started with this tribe of teaching girls, especially who coming from these humble background and working in the finishing area where they only do, needle and thread work. So I trained almost 10 to 15 girls. And out of those 15 girls, there are 3 girls who are working with Reliance brands, and happily they are working with on a very good designation and earning almost like a handsome amount, like almost I would say 80K per month. Person who was earning just 10,000 per month 3 years ago, now they have reached to that level where they have excelled their performance and they work to that level. So yes, I failed 10th grade. I didn't speak English, wore clothes that were basically walking PowerPoint. Only thing I had was my resilience and adaptability to learn. I was underpaid, underestimated, and emotionally bruised by the half a cup of tea. But I kept showing up. Every time the world said you can't, I said, watch me stitch. Resilience isn't some poetic caption on Instagram. It's that thread that keeps pulling you forward even when the needle breaks. So next time you feel like giving up, remember, even a broken thread can stitch the world, stitch the legacy if you don't drop the needle. Thank you.